Did somebody run the red light? Somebody had to run the red light for that to happen. Maybe he was going straight. Somebody T-boned him on the side and turned them to go over here. Like, I don't know. It was a perfectly good car until this crash took place. Light pole is out of commission. I don't know.
Don't touch that thing.
Oh, don't touch. Oh, yeah. It might be electrocuted, but I don't think.
Step away from the
Yeah.
fence for me. Just do me a favor. There you go.
Yeah.
Film all you want, but just don't.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I'm not grounded anyway.
Yeah, but you want to gamble?
I can gamble. I gamble with electricity all the time. You don't ground yourself when you're touching. But the ironic thing though, the firefighter is touching the fence over there, and he's not saying anything about the firefighter touching the fence, which is interesting. I don't know. And I was kind of like leaning to the fence, on my side to the fence. But the thing is, even if that thing was electrified and it went to the ground, it's gonna probably start sparking like crazy and blow something out. Then you had this lady here that was on the fence too, but she walked away. I guess because I was the closest guy to the fence. But electricity travels, so if anybody's gonna touch this fence, that means everybody all around here, all in that parking lot over there, just food for information so you guys know. That means anybody that could potentially be all the way around here, all the way around to that fence to this building, could be potentially involved in getting electrocuted. So you got a big perimeter. Electricity travels the least resistance, basically, if you understand how that works. And if that thing was electrified, I think we'd know about it by now. That's why it helps to understand electricity too. That way it's less fear. You fear other stuff. You don't fear that anymore. You fear the unknown. You already understand the known. Now go to the unknown. So now he's saying he got rib injuries. But that's just information for you guys to know. If you see, that's why I'm trying to see if I can explain. One day I'll do a video on it, how electricity travels. And if you're not grounded, electricity won't travel through you. That's how these birds and stuff are able to walk on the third rail, so they don't get. Now, if they touch a wall or ground or something, they will get electrocuted. But if they jump on the third rail, theoretically, with 2 feet, and land on it with 2 feet and walk on it, they were okay. But the minute you step 1 foot off, now you're grounding yourself. You're making a circuit. Electricians understand what I'm talking about. It doesn't mean try it. It just means that's how it works. I've seen people do it, but I don't recommend doing it. I don't recommend doing. I don't recommend trying things. You know, there are teachers that done a lot of that stuff for demonstration purposes. Well, if it's in a classroom setting, I guess you can do it. Put it that way. If you're educating someone, like this young lady now, she's on the fence. She's definitely on the fence. That's why you document what you see, because if I'm on the fence and she's on the fence, she's gonna get electrocuted too. It has to go for everybody. It can't just go for one person. That's how the rules work. You can't have rules set for one person, not the other person. And she's got an elbow on the fence, which means she's got skin touching the fence, which is not good. That's why I document stuff like that, because a lot of people say, Nez, you observe too much, but you observe the entire picture. It's educational purpose. And it's kind of like what that guy's doing right now. This gentleman, the elderly guy, that's kind of what I was doing. See how his back is leaned to the fence like that? That's what I was doing. So if there was ever a fear of the fence being electrocuted, he just dropped the guard down on the fence where people could potentially get electrocuted. So that's not good training for a firefighter. He should definitely get more training. If he really felt that that thing was electrocuted or electrified, he should definitely stand his ground on it. And then also they should carry testers. He should be able to pull out a pair of testers and put that on the ground and see if he get any current coming out of there. And I know firefighters should carry testers. I don't know if they do or not, but that should be part of their training. I mean, because you come across electrical and water all the time. And if you don't have that training, then you kind of render yourself kind of helpless to a certain point. Because now you have a fear that's getting in your way of your job. That's one of those fire department communication boxes. That's where they connect all the wires to fire alarm. So that's more like a connection point rather than an actual box. We'll hang around for the tow. That's what everybody likes to see the tow scenes. So we'll hang around. And the weird thing about it, I came to this intersection about, I don't know, 5 minutes ago. And there was no accident. And this accident must have just happened. I'm assuming another car came in contact with this vehicle. Maybe they already got that person's information and they left. Looked like somebody hit him on the side. And that side hit kind of caused him to go into that pole. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. The good thing is he didn't run into the metal pole here. If he would have run into that metal pole.
Maybe you should check with EMS dispatch if they got a call earlier. Possibly for an issue with an elderly woman.
And just so you guys know, this voltage, by the way, that runs the street lighting, I believe it's only 120. So it's basically running off your household electricity. It's not like it's not 220, it's not 240. I believe it's only 120, if I'm not mistaken. One day I put my testers on one of the lines and make sure, but I'm pretty sure it's only 120, which is a dangerous voltage because it's not the voltage that kills you, it's the amperage, just so you guys know. But still, it's a lower voltage. I don't know what the amperage is on it. It's probably like 20 amps. It takes less of a thousandth of an amp to kill you. So, I mean, it's not so much the voltage, it's actually the amperage. She gotta be careful. She's trying to run out into the middle of the traffic. That's. I guess she knows him, but she's more concerned about him than herself. Never run out to no matter how much of an emergency. Don't run out to traffic. Like if you see cars coming, wait until they stop before you run out in front of them. Because you could be part of the. If you're trying to rescue somebody and then you end up becoming the person getting rescued. You know what I mean? They always tell you that. Like, always use caution. I guess she's gonna go put the dog away. And she's gonna come back out. I don't know. I'm assuming somebody hit the side of that vehicle and causing him to crash into this light pole here. Cause I don't think he just did it on the straightaway. It doesn't seem likely that he just did that on his own. The ambulance is coming now, coming from this direction down here. No, it's not an ambulance. Another cruiser. I thought that was the ambulance. He's going to another car, I guess. Here comes auto service. I just saw him not too long ago on Magnolia Street. There was a video that I was about to do from towing a vehicle up there, but they canceled the tow, so now I get to get him on this one here. Still got his hands on that fence, which is not good if it's electrified. Now that's the ambulance coming. What's up, my man? Now that's the ambulance. Walk across that bed. You never do that, and there's a couple of reasons why you don't do that. Because you don't know if that car's gonna roll back on you. You don't know if there's oil on that bed. There's a couple of reasons why you don't do that, but people do it. I seen people step on those beds and there was oil on there and they slip and almost break their ankle. Like, I would do it with caution, but I just wouldn't do it just to be doing it. Street lighting is going to be busy. I guess a lot of people like to hit these poles right here. You're using the larger J hooks, which I think are better to use. That's just my opinion. I think the larger J hooks are more conventional. They work on pretty much any vehicle. Just grab a spot and hook them on there, and you can always find a spot for those large J hooks. The mini J hooks, you just can't hook them anywhere. You got to put them in certain slots. The Boston Fire Department is going to clear up out of there. She's going to take a look at the car real quick to see where his head might have hit the dashboard. They want to check. A lot of EMTs and paramedics, they look at the windshield just to see if, like, there's blood, the impact, because they want to know, like, how serious the injuries could possibly be. And that is a pretty hard hit, so he could have whiplash. He could have a whole lot going on there. And keep in mind, years ago they never done that. This is something they started doing in, I'll probably say in the last 10 or 15 years, maybe 20 years, but they didn't always do that. We got another light pole knocked down by the courtesy of City of Boston drivers. This guy's gonna have his job cut out for him. He's gonna have to disconnect and reconnect, and I might get a video of that too if they come quick enough. I'll see. Actually, I got a while back somebody offered me a job to work for them. I turned it down. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to. I could have done it, but I didn't. Always auto service and tires. He's got it up on the bed and he's ready to go. You got one BTD, and the closest one is BTD, and the one over there is Boston Street Lighting. Gonna grab that bumper. So Boston Public Works is over here. They probably gotta get the crew out, disconnect. See, the other problem is they got a jackhammer, or they got to ear chisel all that up, all that concrete, to get to that base, get that base out of there. I don't know whose idea was to do that, but they when they cement that in there, it just makes it harder to get it out. Yeah, they gotta. A little plastic in the street, nothing crazy.
Charlie detectives up to 7.
How many light poles get knocked down in the city of Boston on a regular basis? Has to be quite a few of them. I see how long it takes for them to get the crew out. And if the crew comes out in the next, I don't know, I'll say 10 minutes. If they come out in the next 10 minutes, I'll do a video of them taking this apart. If it takes too long, then I probably won't.
I have a verbal altercation over at the CVS parking lot. 46 vehicles elapsed. There's a male arguing with the caller and he's standing behind his car blocking him in.
What's the voltage on those poles? Is it 120?
Yeah.
120, right? How many amps? You know how many amps? 20 amps? Less than 20? 15? Yeah. So LED's probably 15.
Probably less than that.
Yeah.
Those don't take anything.
So it's safe to touch it with your hands and squeeze it and touch it and swing around on it.
I probably could.
I could do it too. I've done it a few times.
I mean, I'm used to it.
What my teacher used to do, he used to lick his fingers like this. And he put his fingers on it, and he could tell the voltage on it. So I was touching I was leaning on the fence, right? And the firefighter, he was like, the fence could be electrified. But if that was electrified, that means that whole fence would be all the way around the whole thing. And then it would short out because it go to ground.
The lights aren't even on yet.
Exactly. But I know that, and you know that, but he didn't know that. Yeah. That's why I say firefighters should have training in that stuff, because
yeah, they should.
They should have a lot of, because they come across a lot of this stuff and they're not unaware how it works, and it kind of puts them in jeopardy because they don't know how to handle it.
Well, I've given them a couple of tick traces.
You gave them a couple?
Yeah.
You did? They're not used.
They were all looking at the stuff. I said, "Here, take this. I'm going to show you how to use it."
Yeah, so they should have a training.
You know, high voltage or something. They come up on that.
Yeah, that's something different. That's something different now. You got to treat that a little differently. You can't treat it the same way. You got to know a little spick of that, it would mess you right up.
They should know what's what. Have some training.
They know. I know they could identify cable from telephone. They know what those wires are, but they don't know high voltage and then lower voltage. They can't identify that quite yet. So they're getting there. Because before they couldn't tell cable from regular wire.
Right.
So they're getting a little bit better. But they should have a class. Like I talk about a real class. They give it to them. So I was talking to my daughter, and they don't give training. They should give training. Definitely. But we'll see. They might get better at it. The way these people drive, man, I'm surprised there's not more accidents out here.
Where did that car even come from?
Well, if you look at the skid mark, it looked like he came from over here. But it looked like somebody might have hit him and pushed him, like angled him to this way. But that means he had to be going pretty fast, though, too. I mean, typically that shouldn't happen, you know what I mean? It shouldn't happen. I don't understand it either. He's got to explain it to his insurance company. But the good thing, there was nobody walking through there, you know what I mean? Because they'd hit by that pole. It's scary, but that's what happens. You can't even walk in the street without something like this. That's, man.
Well, should be all set over there?
Yeah, I got a truck coming out. Pick this up.
He's going to have you do it, man.
Huh?
He's going to have you do it.
Nah, you want to stand by and make sure traffic is good. You want me to sit by a little bit? Yeah, I got you.
Right? The truck is
He's coming.
Yeah, because I only have 2 guys and they're out doing other stuff right now. I gotta send them back to grab the truck. Because I was out myself doing a few work orders. I was so short-handed. We got 2 more guys leaving this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know. It's tough.
Yeah, they're going to the cadet program.
Oh, really? Wow.
You got 3 so far that left.
I'll park right in front of you then, boss.
Cool. Look at that guy. He almost got T-boned right there. Trying to make that sharp turn, and these cars are going straight. What's up, man? What's up, my man? Oh, man. Interesting, though. Yeah, well, it's exciting. It's something. It's always a new day, something different, you know.
Yeah, I hope that jackhammer works because.
I know. And I was just saying that. Why did they put cement around those things? Is that what they do all the time now?
So no one trips on it. They want it flat. So
Oh, they want a flat surface.
trips on it or anything like
They're gonna trip on it anyway. They're gonna find something. Some of these sidewalks are so uneven. They're gonna trip on that.
They don't do the whole sidewalk. They do it in a section.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So okay, I see what you're talking about. They don't want to. But can't they come up with a plastic cover they can stick on that thing?
They come up with something.
They could fabricate a cover that come on.
If I told them that,
Right.
they'd be like, but if one of their cohorts, I know you're talking about, yeah. Golden Boys.
Gotcha.
said that, they've been,
And a great idea.
He came up with a great idea.
I got you. I know exactly what you're talking about. There's many times I came up with good ideas and guys say, oh, that's not going to work. And then they come up with something and they say, oh, it's going to work. So I see what you're saying. Because you could also call the manufacturers that make that pole, right? And I bet you they have a cover they got a cover that goes right around that bad boy.
You can easily do that.
Oh, yeah. Trust me.
Now you go get cement.
Now you got to dig it up and then you got
So
to...
now the ones were replaced. Now there's going to be a thing there. So now somebody's going to have to come up when we put the pole back.
And fill that in.
Cement it.
Right. Because you're just going to take out the pole, probably put a cone up there or something just to cover up the wires. And then somebody else had to come back and fix it up the right way.
Yeah.
It's more work just to get it out though. That's crazy.
Yeah. So right now we're way behind on replacing the LED fixtures. So
I noticed you go on Warren Street, right?
Yep.
I did a video about, I don't know, a couple of months ago that they changed the lights over there because they're brighter lumens.
Yep.
So the biggest question is, right? Now I know you don't know the answer to it. Why the hell did they do that in Roxbury, but they didn't do that in the South End?
Well, he's doing it by sections, from the oldest to the
newest.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the ones that are really old and they were getting a lot of complaints about
The darkness.
They want to
Yeah.
take care of those first, because actually we really started in like Brighton, West Roxbury.
Oh, okay.
When we first started doing them.
Uh huh.
So now they're doing like the opposite now. You know what I mean? So
I think where they sh-
every fixture's got to be changed now.
right. So I think what they should have came up with a common fixture that's going to work for everything, and said make it universal throughout the whole city of Boston.
They should do that.
They should do it, but they won't do it.
But you know, you got certain areas they want their light.
Right.
Whatever it is, they want that there. That's why they just, you know,
Yeah, I don't know.
all these different fixtures. The
Yeah.
White House is just.
Yeah, because now you got a multiple sets of fixtures. Like I like the ones that the one look like a globe, and the casts the light all the way around, like 360. Those work fine, and they're the older globes too.
Right, they just did down here.
Nubian, okay. But those ones,
there at night, it's really.
yeah, it brights up the whole area, right?
But now it has a sensor on top.
Uh huh.
So now they have some company. They called the guy. Oh, those lights are a little dim down there. Can you turn them up?
Oh wow.
And they do it off the computer.
Computer.
The guy,
Oh wow.
The guy turns them up or lowers them or whatever. Or if there's one particular one that's too bright in someone's window,
Right.
they can call up and say,
And dim it down.
lower that one.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. So it's all like a Wi-Fi thing.
So they're spending all kinds of money with that.
Full of 16 at 27
Well,
military.
they don't tell you everything.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
they didn't tell me.
yeah.
I didn't even know about it. I was like, oh, you got what? Oh, yeah, we got. And
You're
then
looking for a gun
they,
dog, 27 military.
no more info. No more info.
No way
for
though.
you.
If you do enough research, you can figure it out though too.
Right.
I mean, it's not. You can look at that light,
27
Google up that fixture, see what it's capable of doing, and it'll tell you all the features on it, and that'll tell you the model number,
So
everything.
they have all that now. And they just like, certain
It's gonna get figured out sooner or later.
I've been there for over 30 years.
Uh huh.
You know what I mean? So,
Well, you know the ropes.
yeah, no,
You know exactly what's going on. You done seen it all.
Games and I just sit back and
I just think they gotta just come universal. Just get a light that's gonna brighten up the city. Pick that one particular light, do it to the whole city of Boston. That way you're not changing multiple heads. You got one head that's gonna work for. It's gonna be universal for everything. And it's less stock in the warehouse. You know what I mean?
And then we got the gas lights.
Yeah, they still got those on Beacon Hill, right?
Beacon Hill.
Yeah, yeah.
Got Charlestown.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually all over the city.
Yeah.
One here, one here.
At one point they wanted to get rid of those, and they said they said no, they wanted to keep them because they were. I heard that, yeah.
Down Bay Village, all those.
Yeah, all around, yeah.
So,
And sometimes if you look close enough, you can tell which ones they are, because you can see how they illuminate.
we don't give up.
They're kind of like a dark glow, like an orange glow. Yeah.
Now they have a problem. I just found out I was working on Charles Street. That's where I came from.
Uh huh.
And they called in something. I went to go check it out. And now they have like a reward thing. So someone's been breaking in cars.
Oh really?
Yeah, they stole someone's backpack. There's a big reward.
How is it okay, the driver?
I have no
Oh,
idea.
Blue car.
Yeah, he was okay. They put him in the ambulance. They took him to the hospital.
He was walking?
He was walking. He's standing up, and he had some pain in his side, but he's okay.
I'm gonna go outside.
Yeah.
053.
Oh,
Yeah, he's standing up. He was conscious, alert, all that good stuff.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Wow. See, the biggest problem that I see that you got people that run the city that don't know nothing about the city. So the people that know about the city they don't give you no part of the city. Like guys like you that been in the field that know how the field works, you might have good suggestions, but they don't care about your suggestions. You have good ideas, they say, I want to hear about that. Because they don't want to give you any attention. They want attention for themselves, and which is unfair.
they don't give us no credit.
No credit at all, even though you're doing all the work out here anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I moved out of the city. I've been out of the city for about 4 years now.
Uh-huh.
I live in Dudley, Mass. I live an hour away.
Oh, wow. But stuff like this, man, you probably come up with a better idea how to design that pole. What kind of pole to use? It might not even be the concrete pole. It might be a different style of pole, you know? These poles here, they always give you problems. I mean, even when they start cracking from the weather and stuff,
Yep.
the water coming down there.
They start rotting.
Yeah, I see it all the time. Sometimes, even though it's an older pole, you get some water in there, and the expansion, contraction, that whole pole can get a split all the way to the top.
Yep.
And then eventually it's going to fall down, so you got to change it out anyway. Get a nice solid, metal pole, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah, that's another.
Only thing about it, make sure the wires don't touch the.
I think.
Do they have a jacket inside there that you can run the wires through, or is
Yeah.
it
There's they
Like
make
a-
like a
like a conduit, right? Yeah. So as long as the wires ain't touching the metal pole, it's fine.
Yeah, it goes right through. No big deal. Yeah, they want like they want a breakaway pole.
Oh, I see.
Right, they do that.
Check your email. We have a photo.
Because if you have a solid pole, someone's definitely
Well, it's gonna be like this pole right here. It's gonna hurt somebody.
right. So that's what they. That's
So they
what
want a pole that's
they-
gonna give when it gets hit. I see what you're talking about. So once a car hits it, it gotta have some give. But the people don't hit the pole, you'll be all right. don't hit the pole.
See how people are.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It could be a straight run and hit a ball.
it hit a pole. But see, you're not gonna always get a breakaway. This is probably the best breakaway pole you're gonna get though, right here.
That's why they have
Yeah, to keep those.
Because the ones that we bought, the city bought from Eversource years ago, their concrete poles, oh my God.
Too strong.
Those things are heavy.
Wow.
If you ever hit one of those, you ain't probably won't even put a scratch on it.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, you definitely feel it, especially when you're picking it up with the crane and you put it on a truck.
You feel the truck
and
pulling
you're
down?
driving and you can feel it.
Oh, so it's a heavy pole then,
It's
yeah.
heavy.
Wow.
And you can't break it. Like, so if I brought it back to the yard and I had to break it in half to put it in the dumpster,
Right.
I couldn't even break it with the backhoe.
Oh, you have to get the chisel it.
Either cut it with a saw
Uh-huh.
or take the jackhammer and try
And
to
break it up.
in half.
Oh, wow.
And then try to.
So that's probably real concrete.
Oh, it's dense.
But this is more like,
Very-
this is more stone, like a stone mixture. That one's probably more, oh, I know what you're talking about. I know the poles you're talking about.
I'm thinking-
Yeah, I know what you're talking, the older poles.
Yeah, they're heavy.
You don't see them no more, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They're taller too. They are taller. I know.
So they're probably like along
I seen them
Galvin Boulevard,
Mhm.
those things like that.
every so often. You see one of them still standing. If you like, back in the day, used to be one by on Albany Street too. I think there was. I don't know if they're still there now though. Somebody might have knocked it down, but it's a solid pole. The hole is a little higher up off the ground, but the pole's it's about probably 10 feet taller than that pole.
It could, because there's a lot of old ones here and there. So
I know exactly. When you said that, it jogged my memories. I know exactly what you're talking about. Interesting.
yeah, so an hour away, an hour each way.
Yes, it's better than here.
I like it.
I hear you.